Morning, guys. How we doing today? Welcome back to the Joy of Resin. So, yesterday tried to finish off these guys with my clear craft resin. I've done the final layer of line work on them, but I had a flash cure, so I wasn't able to do that. So, we are picking up where we left off. We're just doing a final coat to seal in the color. And then moving it to the cabinet to cure. Looks good. Looks like I've got full coverage. All right. Cool. All right. Moving right along. I hope nobody gets motion sick. All right. Now we have this guy. So, the banner has been sealed. The cigar is locked in place. Time to add the letters. Okay, so it's date. I need that. Time. Address. My biggest concern right now is floating. Everything else is ready to go. I just have to hope that these guys won't drift too much once they're locked in place. Or once they're embedded in the resin, rather. Okay. So, date, time. Oh, see, there goes that drift. Location. Address, city, state. Capping these off. Yeah, see, it's drifting. gonna stay where I put you? Okay. I'm gonna check on that at the end of my session so that I can correct any drift. All right. In the meantime, okay. And here we go. Shit, there's stuff in my way. All right, now more interesting, unique projects. So, all right, first, let's do our little octopi. We're not actually making an octopus, I just need something that's vaguely dome-shaped so that I can put this little charm in it and start making a necklace. That actually kind of went in perfectly. Cool. No, I don't need to correct that at all. All right. That made my life easier. Off you go. Move that out of the way. Now I've got the receptacle for the flash cure last night. I'm going to throw in a little bit of yellow and then use this chromatic blue and some purple mica to fill in the rest so that it's more interesting than just clear. Sometimes clear is all you need, but not this time. I do have a big old bubble on the bottom of this thing. That's going to make it unbalanced, but I can figure out a way to clean that up in post. Alright, these two just need a little cap. There we go. Alright, those are done. Okay, so with the last of my resin, I have a big old bucket of wood. Why do I have a big old bucket of wood? There's a joke in here somewhere. I'm just too afraid to say it. So over the weekend, last weekend, I went to a wood turning expo. That happened to be here in the city that I live in. And there were, so many cool, beautiful things. So much stuff I would like to try to learn how to do one day. But in the absence of a lathe, one thing that I realized I could try to do with my existing equipment is start the process of creating these dump pieces with wood and resin, which will eventually yield a gigantic block of sealed wood and resin, which I can then use my, my saw, chop saw, and my scroll saw to cut into pieces that I could then use for other projects, like the coffee tables that I've started making. So we're just going to use our purple and our blue and our clear colors to finish these off. This first layer will be pretty small, relatively speaking, but it will help lock everything in place. So that the wood doesn't float if I add deeper, thicker layers. Probably won't be making specific batches of resin for this project. I'll just utilize it as a dump receptacle. Oh! Can you stop falling every time? But in the meantime, we'll see how that looks in the end. So this might take a long time for me to fill it up completely, but should be pretty, hopefully it'll be pretty cool looking at the end of the journey. So that's it for now. It's early morning, so gonna relax, play video games. Might come back later and do a deep pour, do another layer on the coffee table or something. So, but for the moment, I will see you guys later. Thank you for joining.